My wife thinks our bedroom is too boring and she's obsessed with a scallop pattern, so she asked me to make something with this wave-like design. So I said, let me find some scrap wood and see what I can do with 3 little pieces. So whenever I have to cut a circular shape, I always find something in the house that matches the size of the circle I want to trace. Then I use a jigsaw because it allows me to trace along any curved line that I draw out. But every time I use this tool, I'm left with jagged lines that look horrible. It's difficult to make these lines look perfect with the saw alone, so I always make sure to sand all the edges and crevices to get rid of most of the imperfections. Then just like any other project that involves small pieces, I squeeze out a little bit of glue, clamp the boards together, then my nailer to make it all stay, but even those nails create little holes. So I fill those holes with some wood filler. Then I sand the surfaces smooth so they're ready to paint. Then because we don't like spending money, I found some leftover paint from our hallway, some black knobs, and spray paint to turn them into a bronze color. Then I drill some holes on the bottom piece to use them as hooks. Now we go into the room to install it, but here's what I do when there's only one stud. I secure one screw into that stud, make sure the shelf is level, drill a second hole through the shelf and into the drywall, rotate the shelf out of the way, install my drywall anchor, rotate the shelf back into its correct position, then secure both screws tightly. Then the wife comes in to approve my work.
Oh my god! That's exactly what I wanted.
Whoops. We set a couple pictures on it, and at the end of the day, we both go to bed pretty happy.